since that video footage was released on Friday, Memphis police now say they have suspended 2 more officers beyond the 5 that we previously knew about. They say these 2 officers were relieved of duty the day after Tyre Nichols died and before the video was made public. These 2 officers are suspended, not fired, and at this point they're not facing charges like the other 5 officers are. Also, the Memphis Fire Department says they have fired 2 EMTs and a lieutenant for the failure to render aid to Mr. Nichols after EMTs arrived on the scene, and Mr. Nichols lay there mortally wounded and desperately in need of help. This all comes as Mr. Nichols' family prepare to lay him to rest this Wednesday. The day after tomorrow will be his funeral. Next week, Mr. Nichols' parents have been invited to attend the State of the Union. They'd be guests of Nevada Congressman Stephen Horsford, who leads the Congressional Black Caucus, if they choose to go. There's additional protests and vigils happening tonight as we speak in Memphis, as in places as far-flung as Chicago. Also, we're seeing here is a vigil at a skate park in Sacramento, California, where Mr. Nichols is from. We'll let you know more as we learn more. We're keeping an eye on all those gatherings tonight. Joining us now is Vickie Terry. She's executive director of the Memphis branch of the NAACP. Ms. Terry, thank you so much for being here. I know this is just a really difficult time and one where there's a lot of demands on your time.
Thank you so much, Rachel. I appreciate you having me.
Since the release of the video on Friday, we have learned about more suspensions of officers, firings of EMTs from the fire department, people who didn't render aid even though they were there and capable of doing that. I just have to ask, what's your reaction to these ongoing developments over the past few days?
Well, I'm not surprised because I had heard that there would be more people fired or disciplined because of what part they took in not rendering aid or just being there and not doing anything. So I figured that there would be more, and I'm thinking there will be even more that will be disciplined or let go. I'm not sure which one they're going to do.
And thinking about individual people being disciplined, as you say, or being fired, being charged in some cases, that's an important part of accountability here. But I was thinking this weekend about the disbanding of this Scorpion unit, which is the unit to which the 5 officers who've been charged, that they all belonged to. And that is a sort of different type of accountability, right? It's a little bit of structural change rather than just personal accountability, person by person. I wanted to ask you about that difference tonight. I wonder if that's maybe a potential opening for some bigger changes, for some larger scale progress.
Well, I think that it should be disbanded right now. They need to investigate more because there are probably other incidents that have happened with the Scorpion unit that we don't know about. So I think an investigation needs to be made into that unit and even others that are, maybe gang units, tactical units, anything that we have where you have all of these officers out here and we don't know exactly what they're doing because I've heard of others that have been attacked by the Scorpion unit. I'm not sure myself, but, there are other things that are going on. You always hear the rumors or whatever. So they need to do a full investigation of the Scorpion unit, go to the internal affairs to see if reports have been given to them that have not been followed up with. I've even had some that come in my office in the past few days after this was, announced. So other people are coming forward now saying that this has happened to them or to their son or to, someone they know.
That form of accountability, of airing out the depth of the problem, the number of victims, the number of people who may have been victimized by a system this broken. It's key. Obviously, that's part of really addressing what happened. Vickie Terry, executive director of the Memphis branch of the NAACP. Ms. Terry, again, I know this is a difficult time. Thank you for making time to be here with us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
All right.